Hello and welcome back to the academyofworship.org YouTube channel. My name is Chris and we're going to be starting a new series today. Now, I want to make sure that I'm not alienating anybody because this series is going to be guitar basics. We're going to stick to mostly electric guitar, but a lot of what we're going to be talking about in this entire series applies to electric and acoustic guitar. Who is this video for? This is going to be for people who want to have maybe a deeper understanding of the parts of the guitar or how a guitar functions, but it's mainly focused at newer players. So if you're a newer player or you know someone who's a new player or looking to get into the guitar, this may be an excellent place to start them. So I'd appreciate it if you shared the video and let them know that this information's out there. In this video, we're going to be specifically talking about three parts of the guitar. We're going to be focusing on the guitar neck, the headstock, and the fingerboard or fretboard. We're going to be breaking the guitar up into pieces for this entire series, so each one's going to pertain to a different part. This is a guitar. I would assume that you'd already know what a guitar looks like and what a guitar is, but maybe you're not as familiar with the pieces of the guitar. Today we're going to be talking about, like I said before, the neck here, the headstock, which is this section here, everything up in this section, and the fretboard, which is this section here with all the frets on it. So what's the difference between the neck and the fretboard? A lot of people get this confused. One thing you may not know is that the neck here and the fretboard or the fingerboard, the neck consists of at least two separate pieces. So when they glue them together, they have the neck part. They actually route out a channel in the neck for something called the truss rod, which we'll be talking about in a later video. And then on top of that, they glue the fingerboard or the fretboard. So this is all sandwiched together. And if you look on most guitars, you can see the line where they're separate. This guitar has a maple neck and maple fretboard or fingerboard. Some guitars have a maple neck and a rosewood fingerboard, or the fingerboard or fretboard will be ebony. Some other darker wood, so it's very easy to see the difference. Some guitars have a neck made out of mahogany. There's all kinds of woods that guitars are made out of, but that's a little deeper than this video is going to get into. This section here is the headstock of the guitar. Most guitars have a headstock. There's a few on the market that don't. You may have seen them. I know Kiesel, Steinberger famously had no headstock in some of their models. On those models, you'll see it just literally end right here. Another piece that's important to consider is this right here. This is called the nut. And what its job is to keep your strings the correct height here at this section where it bends over it to go down to these, which we'll get into a later video as well. But this nut right here, when set up correctly, is a very important piece of the guitar. But back to the headstock, you'll notice that there's some tuners. A lot of guitars have these, which are called string retainers. Generally speaking, this is more of a Fender style headstock where the headstock itself, you can see, is flat. Some guitar headstocks are angled, but in this case it's flat. A lot of guitars have a flat. If you have a guitar like a Gibson, they may be angled back a bit. I know Ibanez has some that does that. There's a lot of guitars out there that have an angled headstock. Either way though, they work great. One thing to keep in mind when looking at a guitar is what wood it's made out of. Now, we're not going to get into what tone woods do and how they react necessarily in this video. I don't want to get into that debate anyways. But in this case, like I mentioned before, we have maple. We have a maple fretboard, a maple neck, and this is actually just paint on the headstock, but the entire thing is maple. Maple is one wood that can be made out of. It's a fairly hard wood. If you've ever worked with wood before, you know that maple is a pretty hard wood. Another really popular choice for fingerboards is ebony. That one is a very nice wood. It's a little more expensive, and it's very, very hard. Another really popular material is going to be rosewood, and rosewood is actually a pretty soft wood. It's very porous. What does that mean to you as a player? Well, you'd have to play all the guitars to kind of get a feel for them. I notice that a harder wood is my preference. I like the way that a neck and a fretboard especially feel with a harder wood. I feel like I get more sustain. I don't know, I just like the feel of it better. I can't explain it, but you're gonna have to go try it for yourself. That's pretty much it for this video. We're just gonna be talking about those three pieces: the neck, the fretboard or the fingerboard, and the headstock. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'd love to talk to you. If you know someone who's a beginning guitar player or could really benefit from this, please share the video. Put it all over social media. I'd love for people to see it. I want this to bless people. Please like and subscribe. Please visit academyofworship.org. I have a free gift over there that I know is going to bless you. Check it out. See you next time.